Well, got to put the disclaimer in there. Look, I am not a doctor. This is holistic. This is ancient Asian advice from my own personal experiences. I am not a doctor. Always consult your doctor before changing anything in your diet. Specifically in this category, uh, those of you dealing with pancreatic, stomach, heart issues, and are on medications, always, always, always consult your doctor when it comes to your health. These are not guidelines, these are informed suggestions. That being said, that being said, it has been requested that I talk about Ceylon cinnamon. Now, all the numbers, and you guys, well, a few of you know, I'm the soil guy. Um, the Ceylon cinnamon that we are currently getting um, is coming from a specific tree in the cinnamon family. And there are not six, not four, but 12 different places in different ways of getting this spice. So I'm very specific about which Ceylon cinnamon as to which location because of the soil content that you get your Ceylon cinnamon or Ceylon cinnamon, however you wish to pronounce it. Ceylon. Very, very specific. Very, uh, it's grown on a tropical island called Sri Lanka. Uh, I we'll just say it's tropical. Let's not cut hairs here. Um, it is one of the top four most expensive spices that we can get our hands on globally. So, got to be really careful which ones you're looking at because there's a lot of companies out there that will artificially claim they have a specific spice. Um, and when those spices are then tested after the fact, they turn out to be plastics with some chemicals added. Um, yeah, I don't know how to advise you to avoid cinnamon, um, except for specifically looking for a specific type from a specific island. Okay, the first thing you're going to say is, well, they're growing this stuff in Mexico. It's available there. Da 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 da. Again, this is a soil content thing. Okay, the soil is so specific at this in this island, Sri Lanka, that it is the top 70% sold on the planet in the cinnamon field. Now, this is where it gets confusing, and this is where I try to. This is where I need to do this video. Um, it is a common household spice. Everybody's heard of it. There's two different types, in a sense, that are highly sought after, that are highly sold. Uh, and just like where I've warned people about salt, high sodium content versus iodine. content. You want iodine salt. You do not want sodium salt. This is the same difference here. And it's got a huge history. Don't misunderstand. You look back biblically, and kasha is brought up in the Bible. Cinnamon has been around a very, very long time, and its health benefits have been known for a very, very long time. Kasha cinnamon, though, it doesn't actually come from a cinnamon bark tree. It actually comes from the inner bark of a pine tree. So its benefits aren't the same. Where it does have the dietary stomach benefits, excessive use of it is a problem. It is more readily sold. It's more readily available. Uh, it is CASSIA. It is most commonly used in baking, and its cost is down for that reason. Um, the problem is that there's a combination of compounds called coumarin, COUMARIN, which is toxic in high levels. So, why it's being sold um, as a cooking spice, I can kind of understand. You're not going to get as much of it, but when you're looking at potential health situations, don't mistake one for the other. Okay, um, be warned, because excessive use of one versus the other has tremendous benefits, where excessive use of the other can be toxic. Again, consult your doctor. Be specific about what you're doing. Um, there are basically six benefits, okay, um, from Ceylon cinnamon. And of course, they're so close that I have to talk about both at the same time. And then I'm going to explain something a little bit different towards the end. But when we're talking about the pancreas and the issues that come from your diet there, and the pancreas not functioning correctly, uh, Ceylon cinnamon, yeah, yeah. Um, well, we'll go a different direction, but the it'll regulate your blood glucose. See where that goes. Um, helps control your bowel system, and I'll be nice at that and leave it. Yeah, all of the different organs involved with your digestion benefit from Ceylon cinnamon. Um, brain health. There are some compounds that come from the cinnamon that will help there. Antioxidant properties. And this is a big one that I talk about, because so many people suffer from aches and pains and arthritis and what have you. Um, that you can't, you have to look into Ceylon cinnamon. It is such a great anti-inflammatory, um, for all your joints, your spine, your hands, your wrists, your ankles, your elbows, what have you. Um, the antibacterial properties. This one kind of, I'm slightly leery, but at the same time, when you're sick, and you're down and you're achy and you're painy, you don't want to be running to a drug or what have you. You want to be looking in a slightly different direction. And the antibacterial properties that are here could be very beneficial along with other holistic things, such as the colloidal silver. Um, so as you're laying there, aches and pains, and your digestion just isn't there, and you're just wanting to avoid this, that, or the other. I mean, you're sick, you're down. Uh, by drinking apple cider with cinnamon in it, a cinnamon stick, uh, is going to have antibacterial properties. So, and it's going to help with your stomach, and it's going to help with this, and it's going to help with that. Um, so these are things you need to consider. Is the spice rack uh, uh, holding enough cinnamon? Are you intaking enough cinnamon on a daily basis to help with some of these issues? Um, it'll lower your blood pressure. Uh, it has some anti-cholesterol properties in it. Now, again, consult your doctor, but some cholesterols, um, your essential fatty acids are important. Um, so again, consult your doctor. Look at the different benefits possible here. And that's where, again, I'm looking at the soil. You have to be specific about the soil where this grows, um, because it's going to gain certain things out of the soil that are only available in that tropical atmosphere on that tropical island. It's not going to be coming out of China. It's not going to be coming out of Mexico. Um, I don't I don't know of anyone doing any research to try and grow this here in the States. And if you could potentially duplicate the soil conditions, some of you know who I am, and you're going to you're going to know what I'm thinking. But I can't speak on it. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. Um, when you go back to and I'm going to touch on this briefly, and then I'm going to go to the other one. But when you look at IBS, or what they refer to as irritable bowel syndrome, um, something you took, something you ate, something you drank has done something, whether it be to your liver, your pancreas, the lining of your stomach, and so on. Uh, there are some benefits here that the antibacterial properties have been shown to correct. Okay. So if you're suffering from IBS, you may want to consult your doctor and start increasing your intake. Okay. Um, those with bad pancreases that have the other dietary problem where they're constantly monitoring their blood sugar, um, overdosing on Ceylon cinnamon for a month is recommended. Um, does have some incredible beneficial, we'll call them side effects. Um, but again, as you do this, pay very close attention to your testing and your intake, and consult your doctor, especially if you're looking at getting off medications, which potentially could be causing other side effects and other problems. I mean, when's the last time you heard of a drug that just fixed a problem and had zero listed on the side effects? Right. Right. So now, in close association to this, we have to look at the moringa, and I'm just going to concentrate on the leaves. I'm not even going to talk about the roots or the stalk. We're just talking about the moringa leaves and the oils that can be pulled from them. Okay, incredible, incredible, incredible plant. Um, these leaves are found to have protein in them, B6, C, iron, A, B, beta carotene, phosphorus, calcium, and magnesium in excess. Okay, sounds like a great recipe for replacing the NPK system, doesn't it? Uh, just a thought. I know it's hard to grow here in the U.S., but it is possible. You'd have to grow a lot of it for your own personal intake and what have you. But um, I'm just going to skip to the pluses here. Um, 50 milligrams, 50 grams. I'm sorry, 50 grams, not milligrams. 50 grams um, of the leaves. Now, whether that's mixed in with a salad or powdered into uh, uh, a casserole or something along those lines, for each individual has been scientifically tested to and reported as lowering your blood sugar. Here a slight resemblance here. Um, reduces inflammation, uh, lowers cholesterol, balances hormones. Now there's a hmm, slight side effect here. Now been some minimal scientific testing on this. Um, so again, consult a doctor. Don't take my word on this, please. Um, as it's balancing your hormones, it will increase your sex drive while decreasing your potency. I don't want to say that it's a birth control supplement or sideline, but it has shown to have some issues there. Um, I guess where some people would consider that a plus, other people would look at that and go, "Ooh, that could be a side effect." Um, yeah, needs to be considered. The extracted oil, though, um, from the leaves. Again, I'm not concentrating on anything else. Uh, it's great for the skin. It's got some antibacterial properties of its own, which I get a little leery of, but as a antibacterial film, uh, it may have health benefits when it comes to bruises and what have you. And of course, most of the stuff that we discuss, it all seems to go back to that. A lot of this was discovered for those reasons, um, because of their health benefits, their abilities to make mix into a poultice and help heal something faster because it's got antibacterial, anti-inflammatory um, additions when added to the human body, uh, using this oil. Um, asthma is also addressed. These are all scientifically tested. They're all scientifically looked at and reported back. Okay. Digestive health. Believe it or not, it reduces kidney stones, nearly eradicates them. They don't want to say it's the cure. They don't want to say it's uh, because, like I said to begin with, there's calcium found here. Well, it turns out, calcium or the lack of calcium appears in the body as kidney stones. I know that sounds really weird because a kidney stone is uh, solid calcium, but it's a leftover from deteriorating bone mass. Yeah, that's what it's been found to be doing. So increasing your calcium intake in different forms, such as the coral calcium, which I've talked about in the past, uh, versus some animal calciums. Some animal calciums. Some milks are being proven to be better than others, but we're not discussing that here. Urinary tract infections. There's some antibacterials that when you're consuming the oils from the moringa tree, it has the ability and has shown to go in and help clear up these issues and clear out infections. Um, Along these numbers, cancer fighting potential is in here with its combination of minerals that it's delivering, vitamins that it's delivering, just the leaves and the oils. Okay. Um, Moringa specifically appears to have a high protection level in the liver of all places, where the liver has been damaged. The moringa consumption has gone in and started repairing. And these are just different case studies. These are not, a holistic, 5,000 people tested, all 5,000 people popped up and said, yep, absolutely. And the test showed that all the issues were gone. Again, consult your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Make sure that I've got myself covered here. This is where I want to stop. Here's your benefits from cinnamon. Here's your benefits from moringa. They are both very, very close to each other. Uh, Excess of one or the other, or an equal combination of the two, uh, this is your choice. What I want to point out here, though, is not only are we looking at the soil conditions for these different plants, tropical atmospheres to be growing and what have you, but it's the vitamins and minerals that we seem to be looking at. We're racing for this particular substance or that particular substance, whether it be from, you know, your moringa plant or your cinnamon bark or your tomatoes in your gardens or the properties of garlic. We're looking at all of these and going, okay, this is going to fix this problem. This is going to fix that problem. And this, what, on and on and on. Ultimately, what are we doing? Let's get down to it. Let's go scientific. What are we doing? We're increasing our intake of vitamins and minerals from these individual plants to help our body correct issues because the current intake that we have has given us these issues. Well, rather than chasing a plant to get a specific higher calcium or higher magnesium, um, increased B6, iron, A, B, D, what have you, wouldn't it make a little more sense financially to be looking at a stable vitamin supplement, plant-based vitamin supplement that's going to have all of this and more and give the body, the human body, the mighty 90 that it actually needs. Now, there's links below, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go into those, but If everything that we're chasing and all of these fantastic, oh, I heard about this one, or I heard about that one, or I heard about the other, and you go back and you look at the actual scientific studies and the actual breakdown of these individual leaves or bark or vegetable, what are we looking at? We're looking at the mineral and vitamin bases that these things are taking out of our soils. We're not replenishing them in the soils, which is why we've ended up in these conditions. If we start replenishing the soils and start putting this stuff back, we're going to get this stuff out of our food. We all enjoy eating. Come on. But are we getting everything we actually need? How do we break that stopgap? How do we fix that issue immediately and then progressively get back to our eating and fixing the soils and fixing these conditions and reversing these problems worldwide? Well, my 90 for life gives you those minerals. You can get everything now, and you can start correcting these issues now safely. Shot glass a day per 100 pounds. Okay. Think that through. When your diet starts to improve, your cravings go away, your body starts to improve, your DNA goes active again, da 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 da. All of this becomes available to you as you fix your soils. You no longer need to be chasing this, that, or the other, because now all of a sudden your soils are so rich in these conditions, just like Sri Lanka is perfect for growing their Ceylon cinnamon. Can our soil conditions be duplicated and or made better, and then grow that same Ceylon cinnamon and use it in our foods? Get those vitamins and minerals. Get the 90 that we actually need on a daily basis. So yeah, when people have talked to me about cinnamon and the moringa plant and getting healthy and looking in other directions and starting to understand things better, all of this goes back to all of it, whether we're avoiding the meats and the potential issues there for their proteins and what have you. All of this is what we're getting from the planet, what we're getting from the soils, what we're getting in our diet on a daily basis to keep us healthy, to stop the diseases, to stop the problems, to start correcting things and letting our body naturally correct and heal itself. When you take the things away, just like cancer Nobel Prize was handed out in 1952 to two scientists who gave mice cancer by eliminating calcium from their diet and then reversed the cancer by putting calcium back in their diet in a massive dose, and the cancer went away. They were given Nobel Prizes for this. So what do they end up doing? They pasteurize our milk, and a lot of cancer starts showing up all over the place. Just saying, not a doctor. This is just look at the numbers, look where the studies were, and what our food values are today. What does the Food and Drug Administration say today is what's recommended versus what we were getting back in the versus today? I guess I really don't need to say much more than that. It's your decision. You're the one that's got to know that stuff. You're the one that's got to make the decisions for your health, your wellness, your peace of mind. Sometimes it's just a matter of where can I go to get the detail so that I know what I'm doing with my own system and how to correct these issues to get away from these other issues. Well, when it comes to like the Moringa plant can repair a lot of the dietary issues that drugs have caused to the liver and so on, because some of the forced chemicals that they use to force the drugs into your system through the dietary tract, when the dietary tract would not normally take in the chemicals that they're trying to put into your body to correct an issue, they add another supplement to force it to absorb and cause problems in the digestive tract. Well, the moringa plant, the combination of minerals and vitamins that the moringa leaves and the oil extracts deliver to the human body repair those issues. Something to consider, something to think about. The more medications you're on, what are the side effects? And should you start looking at correcting side effect issues first and then getting off the medications if at all possible? Because everything comes back to your gut health. Everything comes back to whether you're capable of absorbing the minerals and the vitamins that you actually need for the body and the DNA chain to correct itself and repair itself. That's about where I'm going to leave this. So it's up to you. I hope this answered your questions. If you have any more, please feel free to email me, thegreenwizard@hotmail.com. Leave comments below if you think I missed part of something here in my summation of this, because these are important things. These are more readily available than in some cases the vitamins are. You just haven't found the right source of vitamins. Alrighty, thanks for listening. Spread the word, share this out, ring that bell. There's more to come.